I just want to give you some of the things that I've always practiced that have helped with my soloing, helped with my technique, and things that I still practice them. So I figured that might be a good thing to do. The first thing, and we're just going to stay in the key of A, and we're going to really just stick with the main kind of pentatonic. But I would encourage you to use these, they're like patterns and exercises with each shape of the pentatonic, as well as you can do it if you're working on those modal scales and the major scale, those 7-note scales. You can translate these patterns to that as well. But we're sticking with the pentatonic, the blues scale. Okay, so the first thing, I've talked about it a bunch of times, is to play the pentatonic scale and the blues scale, which are basically the same thing. The blues scale has an added passing tone note, okay? But the first thing is to just practice that blues scale with alternate picking if you can. In other words, every pick is alternated, and if you need to go super slow, go super slow. I'm talking about practicing, not jamming, not playing, but actually the goal of getting better at something, practice. So to play the, we'll start with the regular pentatonic. But practicing that up and down with the flow in what are called triplets. And that means 3 notes per beat in a 4-beat count, like 1, 2, 3, 4. You'd go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Like that kind of vibe. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Or triple-a, 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 triple-a. So I'm going to use a little app, a little click track app that I have on my smartphone, and show you how you can practice something like that. Okay, so I have a little metronome application on my phone here, and you can set it to whatever speed you want. I have mine at 69 BPM, and you can just lay it next to you. I mean, it doesn't have to be this on a phone, but basically I've got a little click track. I could start even by just trying to match up. Just to start with, right? But what we want is 3 notes per beat. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then you get the alternate. Really nice to have that beat as a context, and it'll really make you pay attention to where you're not able to do it as well. Then you can also track how fast you're able to do it. So even if the 69 is not good enough, you could slow it way down and start there, or just start with your down picking. You can build up to it, but you can actually monitor your success with the counting there. Okay, so that's the first thing. Then I do it with the blues scale. That was the triplets, but with the added blues note, which would be the 6th fret of the A and the 8th fret of the G added. And you play that with your pinky. Okay, So those are really, really good things to practice. Even if if you're just running up and down that scale while you're watching TV or something, that's going to be a good thing too. And the idea with that triplets is that, let's take this lick. This is one of the licks from this series. You could do triplets up to the lick. And then back down that triplet. So those triplets are a really good way to fill up your licks. All right, so those are the things I really want you to do. And then the next thing, and this is something I practice like in my dorm room in college over and over, it's just the extension of that scale. 3 5 3 5, slide to 7, 5 7 5 7, slide to 9, and then a little bit tricky, 8 10 8 10, over and over, especially with a click track. Push yourself to see if you can do it faster. A little fast to pick every note for me. So you see though, over and over that extension. Over and over and over and over and over. So right off the bat, triplets in the regular pentatonic, triplets in the blues scale, and then doing that extension with only using your first and ring finger when you practice it. Over and over and over and over and over and over. Okay. That's the first thing, even if you just, can do that as a warm-up before you start to practice with your band or, like I said, watching TV. Just getting the muscle memory on those scales is going to be probably the most valuable thing to get better at soloing. It really worked for me. Because if you get really good at that, then you just keep adding licks to the arsenal, but you've kind of got your flow of the scale. And then also when you learn licks that are already using that device, it's that much easier to nail that lick right away because you've already been practicing the fingering and the techniques that the lick comes from. So just keep that in mind, all right? I got a few more exercises, and then you're off on your own. I'm going to push you out of the nest, all right? Hang tight.